Major developments in another case, a big case here at Court TV happening in Massachusetts, the Karen Read retrial. The lead investigator on the case, Michael Proctor, something major has happened with his investigation, or the investigation into him.
Yeah.
Here to break it all down, Court TV crime and justice correspondent Matt Johnson. Matt, what's the latest?
Major development in the case, a major blow, in fact, to the prosecution in the case of Karen Read and the retrial. The jury will hear that lead investigator Trooper Michael Proctor has been fired following a 3-day police trial board review over 3 months, stemming from testimony about drinking on the job and sending inappropriate messages about defendant Karen Read.
So these came from me. From all accounts, he didn't do anything wrong. She's a whack job.
Objection.
So don't spell it. You have to. So these are your words, Trooper Proctor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead and say them.
Yes, she's a babe. Weird Fall River accent, though. No ass.
Trooper Proctor's family firing back today, releasing this statement to Court TV. In part, it reads, "We are truly disappointed with the trial board's decision as it lacks precedent and unfairly exploits and scapegoats one of their own, a trooper with a 12-year unblemished record." Goes on to say Proctor and his detectives led a meticulous and thorough investigation of integrity. And despite today's wrongful termination, harm and defamation this case has inflicted on him and his family, Proctor still believes that justice will be served. His heart is always with the family of Officer John O'Keefe. Trooper Proctor, former Trooper Proctor, is still on the witness list for the Karen Read retrial. We'll see if he's actually called to the stand. That was a big question before the last trial.
Yeah, this really shakes things up for sure.
Yeah, and there are going to be, because of this, other implications.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot. Proctor was lead investigator on several high-profile cases in that jurisdiction, including, you remember this one, Brian Walsh, the murder case there, where Walsh is a Cohasset man accused of killing and dismembering his wife, Anna Walsh. Recently, his defense team asked for that internal affairs investigation paperwork.
Proctor and some of his colleagues have already specifically shown they are biased against defendants. To make an argument that they were only ever biased against Karen Read is not logical. It's just not logical. And so I think that—
So are they biased as, is your argument they're biased as to all defendants?
I'm saying they're biased—
That they ultimately become a target of their investigation?
They're biased against Mr. Walsh.
All right, so tomorrow is a big, big day in the case. We could hear if the Commonwealth plans to call Proctor, some arguments about that in the upcoming retrial like we just discussed, and the trial schedule itself, because now the defense wants to move the trial dates to the end of April. Originally, jury selection was going to begin on April 1st, because they want a decision first from federal court on their appeal to drop 2 of the charges.
Interesting development, but we don't know when the federal court is going to make their decision, so we will see how that unfolds. Matt Johnson, thank you so much for that report.
Yeah, it's always something with the Karen Read case, and they'll be back in court tomorrow.